akkurat nå. Alexandra Jensen ser det ut som det er. Så er det det andre hoppet. Det er litt større, og hvis du går stort på det andre hoppet, så er det veldig stort. Og så er det det siste og største hoppet her nede. Det er et stort hopp, og der er det også avhengig av å treffe godt i landingen på hoppet over. Ellers så blir det vanskelig å få med seg farten og flyten. Det er jo en ganske kompakt trippel hopplinje her, så lite rom for feilskjær. Og det kommer vi nok til å se både hos guttene og jentene, at når det begynner å brenne litt, da er det begrenset hvor mye du får redda inn. Og i herrefinalen så har vi også flere lokale kjørere. Vi har vel Frank Wahlstrøm, vi har 2 ganger Børve. Jeg har ikke lista foran meg akkurat nå, men jeg tror ikke vi har noen flere. Og i jentenes kvalifisering så er det 10 jenter til start. Og de skal, så vidt jeg har fått med meg, kuttes ned til 6 kjørere som får kjøre finalen senere i dag. Formatet i kvalifiseringen er likt som hos guttene. 2 runder, beste teller. I det Frank Wahlstrøm er på vei for å hente seg enda en brus. Har ikke fått seg leskedrikksponsor ennå, så han drikker den brusen han får servert. Han sender en tommel opp. Han valgte en colaboks i stad. Så får vi se hvilken produsent unge Wahlstrøm tar på runde nummer 2. Her ser vi også jentenes startliste på skjermen. Amanda Eskelin fra Finland er første jente ut. Følges av Kristi Støl, Lilian Busko, Camilla Berre er de første jentene ut. Så får vi Mathea Leonardsen, Nora Vold Lunder, Alexandra Jensen, Ingrid Gullagen, Ingvild Almås Hagland og Lina Hagstrøm fra Finland avslutter jentenes kvalifisering. Og siden det kun er 10 jenter til start, så kommer også jentene i vilkårlig rekkefølge ut ifra ranking. Så her kommer de litt hulter til bulter, basert på, oi, pass på oppi skråningen der. Svart genser, kjører forbi blå jakke, og det skrenses av han i Dunisen. Uenhjørningen like bak. Livsfarlig den isveggen i bånd her. Kommer det en liten gibber. En gibber. Og en vanlig alpinist. Og til dere som står der borte i løypa, trekk gjerne inn og bli med og se på Europa Cup her i Trysil. Riste på hodet der borte, den hvite jakka. Det ville han eller hun ikke. Her er det også åpen kiosk med herlige priser, der inntekten går til Trysil idrettslag. Så ta turen inn, finn dere et bord og ta en tur i kiosken. Snakker dere norsk da, tro? Forstår dere norsk? Opp med staven om dere skjønner hva vi snakker om her. Blå jakke. Jeg skjønner ingenting, det. Do you guys in the slope, do you understand what I'm saying or not? They're so shy over there. The blue jacket, do you understand what I'm saying? In English or Norwegian? Both? Kind of hard to tell. So feel free to join us inside the spectators arena down here at the bottom of the slopestyle course. No, he didn't want to, and that's also completely fine. Og Frank Wallstrøm har nå valgt seg Fanta Zero som sin nye drikke. And I would guess we are close to being live online as well. And then we will continue in English for the competition. And then we switch back to our preferred language after the live stream has switched off. And we'll be back in English for the guys and the girls final. And we are ready for the first girl to drop. She is from Finland, Amanda Eskelin on course. First rail, frontside 270 out of it, comes switch into the second one, switch lip, little sticky, but she makes it over. Frontside 450, nice flow from our Finnish friend. Right side 5, and then she comes switch into the second jump, switch 5 with something that looked like a Japan grab. One more jump to go, and 360 on the last one, and that will be the benchmark score for today's qualification, I guess. First landed run with decent tricks on all features, no major mistakes. Not the highest technical level, but a strategic pull from our friend from Finland. Front side 450 off the up rail up there. We can say that the rails on the skiers left are the easier options compared to the ones closer to the lift. So if you do the same trick on the rails on the skiers left side of the course as you would have done on the rails on the right side, and you execute them totally alike, you will have more points for doing them on the more difficult rails, while we are waiting for Kristi Støl. 270 off, same trick as our Finnish contender did. Switch into forward, little better than the Finn there, and then a backside 450. She might be in the lead just now. Here she comes, switch 540, gets the speed, one more jump before there's one more. Right side 360, not the highest difficulty, but she is still hanging on, and then a 7 on the last one. 720 to the left for Kristi Støl. And I guess that could be enough to take her into the final. So she uses her front foot to lock and make momentum on the rail to rotate. Switch, lip, a little whip out of the rail there to show that she is perfectly in balance. Backside 450 of the cannon rail continues with some nice speed and flow. And we are ready for Lilian Busco, one of the most stylish riders in the girls' field. Super strong on the rails. Let's see what she can bring today. Flawless blindside 270 up there. Looks like butter in a warm pan while she floats around the course. A K-fed up there, and a frontside 270, not the highest difficulty on that one, but keeps the momentum and speed going. Switch 540, not sure if she got the grab or not. And then 360 to the right, and she will go forward left down here in the 360. So nice looking run from Busco, but not the highest difficulty on the jumps. And I guess we'll have time to look at the scoreboard for the first time as well. And all of you guys outside of the fences, please join us inside. There are nothing to be afraid of. Take a seat and head up to the kiosk and get yourself a nice can of soda or a hamburger or whatever. So switch 540 for Lilian on the second to last jump, and then right 360 on that one. And then so 2 right side 360s. That was maybe not the smartest move from her. We are waiting for Camilla Berre. Oh, slips off a little bit early. Now you do have to compensate for that mistake all the way down. Takes a little bit of a harder rail on the second one and will rake in a few points. Front side 270 continues backwards into the first of the 3 jumps up here in the slopestyle course. Switch 180, not the most difficult one there, but keeps her flow. 360, and then there's one more jump for Camila. And 360 the other way than she did up at the second jump. So she's showing variation with rotating both left and right. Not the highest difficulty on this run, and with a little flaw on that rail, it will be hard to match the girls up on the top of the ranking. Let's see if we have time to put the ranking up and see who's in the lead. Might be the Finn. Or it could be Kristi Sturlen as well, who put together a solid run. See, we have the list here. There's still no scores, so this is only the starting order. So we will have to wait and see. Mattia Leonardsen now on course. Slides the first rail, and then there's a front side switch up on this one. And blindside 270. Then there's the jumps for Mattea and 360 to the left. Let's see if she goes to the right here. So she shows that she can spin both directions, and there's one more jump to go. Oh! Barely makes it over, but puts together a run, and let's see if it is enough to keep her inside the top 6 that will advance to the final later on. So with 10 girls to ride, we are cutting away 4 of them, so there will be only 6 girls into the final. So you need to put together a run that secures your place inside the top 6, and that might not be it for Mattea. And we are waiting for Nora Vold Lunder, also from Norway. One of the more stylish skiers in the field. Chooses the longer rail option, but slips off, and that will be a deduction for Nora as she heads into the second jump with a rail with a frontside switch up. Tries to compensate for the mistake further up the hill. A frontside 270. Now she comes switch into the first jump. Switch cork 540. Best 540 we have seen so far from the girls. Into the second jump, and a right side 3. A little deep in the landing, but she holds on. And then a 360 to the left. Truck driver. And it will be interesting to see what the judges think of her first rail choice. She chooses the longer and more advanced rail, but slips off pretty early. And then this rail is a nice maneuver, But I might not think this will be enough for Nora. And the last jump, she goes for... Here's the second to last jump. And at the last one, she goes for a type of double grab, it looks like. So that's harder than using just one of the arms. And we can see that Amanda Eskelin from Finland is in the lead ahead of Kristi Stølen and Lilian Busko. So the two runs on top, they are clearly better than the ones under. We can see that the score range goes from 0 to 100. But the score itself, it's not that relevant. It's more of a tool to rank the riders in the right particular order. So what we can read from that list is that the Finns run had some more quality to it than Stølen's run, and that there are room for more riders between those two, while we are waiting for Alexandra Jensen from Norway. Looked like she had a kind of a rough practice on the rock-solid surface today. Gaps the first rail with a rail slide. And then a blindside 270 to the right. And a frontside 270. Flow is good so far from Jensen. Will she... Oh, she only does the 180. Now you do have to show us some more difficulty further down the slope. So a 3 to the left. And one more jump. Ah, no, that won't be it for Jensen, unfortunately. So in a slopestyle competition, the judges, they are using the acronym PAVED for their judging criteria. So the P for progression, how progressive is the things that you are doing. So are you doing something that everybody else not is doing? Are you doing something new and unique? That's the progression part of it. A for amplitude. So amplitude, that will be your flight through the air. Do you jump high and far instead of long and far? Do you follow the curve of the jump, for example? Then you have the variety aspect of it. In this course with 6 features, you will need to show some variety to rank in some points. And the different ways of showing variety could be to spin in different directions. On a pair of twin tip skis, you can rotate left, right, backwards left, and backwards right. And in a slope with 6 features, then you can show variety with different kind of tricks, different kind of axes, different kind of grabs, and so on. Then it's execution. Easily said, does it look good or not? Difficulty. Generally, we can say that it's harder to spin more than to spin less. And we are ready for Ingrid Gullhagen. Switch to forward. First girl to hit that rail switch. That will give her some points. And a front side switch up on that one. And a front side 270. Keeps the speed up for this first jump. Oh, look at that one. And there is a right side 360 with the left hand. Safety grab. And the cork 7 on the last one. Puts it to her feet. That's one of the better runs so far. And let's see what we can take out from the replay. So hits this rail switch. That's what the judges like, doing something else than most of the other girls. Then she does front side switch up. Totally in control, not the highest difficulty on that one. And then also a strategic move on the last of the rail features. Into this jump. A switch 540 with a safety grab. Gets the grab on that one. And then a right side 3 with a distinct and marked safety grab. And then 7 on the last one. Little rough the last one, but this should be more than enough to take her into the finals while we are waiting for Ingvild Almås Hagland. Front side switch up on the first one. Little early off, but it might float. Ooh, a front side switch up. Pretzel 270, so stops her momentum and goes the other way. But there the run goes away as well, unfortunately, with slipping off the third rail for Ingvild. Had a perfect big air qualification, but was unlucky in the finals. And she will have to put her faith into the second of 2 runs here today. As well, as mentioned, format is 2 runs, best one count. This one won't be it for Ingvild, even though the second rail probably was the highest single score on or so far from the girls on that feature with the frontside switcher Pretzel 270. Locks the momentum with her front foot and goes the other way off. And there the run gets away, unfortunately, and she more or less knows it already there. Does a 360 on that jump, but ends up with a straight air on the last one. All the points from this morning's qualifier will be eliminated into the finals. So all of the 6 girls that are skiing the final will start with same possibilities, and we do see it. Ingrid Gullhagen now in the lead with a solid gap down to Eskelin from Finland, and then Stølen in third. Nora Woll Lunder in fourth with a score of 60. So the judges, they have figured out quite a nice range here today, and it also makes sense for us advanced watchers. And we are ready for run number 2 out of 2 for the girls' qualifications. So right now, the top 6 includes a few runs with a few mistakes. Oh, switch on to that one. That's no, it's the last starter, so Lina hasn't skied yet. And a frontside 270. Going switch into this jump switch 5 with the Japan grab. Get some kind of access to it as well. Right side 3 with the safety grab. What will she bring on the last one? 7. Oh, and it's the first crash. And that won't be it for Lina, who skied super solid in the big air the other day. That was a bummer for the Finn. So the problem starts already up there, a little bit early off on the first rail, but not the biggest of mistakes. Then she does a nice looking blind 270 on that one. Blind or back means that she's rotating with or initiating the spin with her back first, when if you're going front, you're initiating the spin with spinning with your stomach first. Lina Hagström will put her faith into the last run out of 2 to put her into the finals. And that rounds off the first run, and we'll go straight to the east once again for yet another Finnish contender with Amanda Eskelin. Sitting safely far up the rankings. Frontside 270. Yeah. That's also make switch lip. This one was maybe better than the first one. Frontside 450, nice flow to that one. And 5 to the right. And a switch 5 to the left. Oh, and a crazy axis cork 7. Oh, are you good? Looks like it. Used to skiing in Ruka, so this is prime conditions. It's both sunny and it's snow instead of ice, so she should be happy, and she will lean on her first run score of 80, which will be more than enough to take her into the finals as far as I can see. Kristi Stølen placed just behind Eskelin on the scoreboard, but with a few more points, so an improvement would come in handy for Stølen. Was that the plan? It was probably not, and she will have to freestyle a little bit down here. And a front side 2 of that one. Oh, no, this is not going to be it for Stølen. And she's going to lean on her score of 70. So she will need to see if some of the other girls are stepping up their game in the second run. But I think this could be enough to take her into the final. Lillian Busko. She had a few problems in her run, and she will need more points to advance into the final. So let's see how she figures this out. Will she try to add some difficulty, or is she playing the execution card only? Nice looking blindside 270 on the first one, other way blind 270 on that one, and then a front side 2. And then she comes switch into the jump. Switch 5, nah, that's it. And let's see if we have a look at the scoreboard after she's down. Let's see if 50 can be enough. She's currently sitting in a 5th position with her score of 50. Berre with a score of 40 is in the 6th position. So that's where the cut is right now. So if you land a decent run, it should be possible to break yourself into the top 6. And Camilla Berre, she will challenge herself sitting on the bubble right now. Rail slide up there, front side switch up, nice control on that one. Back to the left line, and does a front side 270, continuous switch to the right. 5 makes it around somehow, and it's looking better than in the first run. 360 to the right, and one more jump for Camilla, and a 360, and good night. That didn't look too good, but she is at least moving, sliding down, but that left knee looks like it could need some assistance. So if we have some medical personnel down there to have a look on her at her left knee, that could be nice. And even whatever's happening, she is currently sitting in the 6th position. Matteo Leonardsen now is outside of the top 6, slides that one. And a slide there as well. Now you need to step it up if you want to join the rest of the girls into the final. Rail highlight up there with the blindside 450. Switch cork 540. She is stepping it up a notch or 2 right now. And a right side 3, little rowdy one. She comes into the last jump. Oh, no grab on that one, but the middle section of her run had some serious quality to it with the 3rd rail and the 1st jump. And it might be an improvement, but how far will this take you? So she only slides the first rail, then with the left foot first. Then she slides this one with the right foot first, showing that she can slide with both feet as the leading feet, but no tricks to those two first rails. Then a nice looking back 450. And switch cork 540 there, so she leans with the angle of the jumps and throws herself into what we call a cork axis. So if you lean yourself backwards, we call it a cork. If you throw yourself forward, we call it a bio. And if you throw yourself super hard forward into a more flippy axis, we do call it a misty flip. And then you can do all variations of these ones. Right now, let's see, Camilla is outside, Lilian is inside, top 6 just now, so this will be a close race as we are waiting for Nora Voll Lunder. Nice run up at the top, and then a few mistakes a little bit further down the course. Ah, that's better, slides the whole long rail. Fell off early last time, so now it's looking way better for the stylish skier in the red Russe pants. Coming switch in to this jump. Oh, yep. This is what we are looking for. Switch cork 540 with a Japan grab, right side 3 with some more speed than last time, and one more jump to go. 360 with the double nose grab, and it looks like it's kind of a bit headwind down at the bottom jumps, and she almost stops mid-air, but this was something completely different from Nora, and I can't understand anything else than this will be an improvement of her first run score. Stylish skiing. And then the highlight of her run with the switch cork 540. Legs glued together and a clean landing. Then she rotates forward to the right. Rolls a few windows, but makes it down to her feet. And then the 360 with the double nose grab. So it's harder to grab with 2 hands than with only 1. We can hear you guys or girls down there, so but I can't hear you up here, so you can say whatever you like to the microphone. Or just be silent, who knows. She left. And let's see, so Gullhagen in the lead ahead of Eskelin. Stølen Voll Lunder has not gotten her score yet. I might guess that she has the possibility to pass Stølen. Eskelin, I think, can be a little bit tough. Let's see what the judges rewards for the first rail where she does. Let's see, she is into the 2nd position right now. She gets well rewarded for sliding the long rail up at the top. And the next one to challenge the top 6 group will be Alexandra Jensen, also from Norway. Sitting outside of the top 6 just now, had some problems to her first run. Let's see if she can make it all the way down this time. Does a nice looking blindside 270 of that rail, and an other way blindside 270 of the second one. Front side 2, it floats better this time for Jensen. Will we see the switch 5? I think we need to see the switch 5, and we do, and there's a butt check, but she continues, but it's over for Jensen, unfortunately. That won't make it. And that means that we are ready for Ingrid Gullhagen, who sits quite safe up at the upper part of the top 6 so far. the judges won't use too much time on this one, so Gullhagen should be right on her way. Nice flow through the first 2 and 3 rails. Gullhagen with the score of 90.5 had a solid first run. Switch, slides the whole rail there. So both she and the Finn has done that trick. And a K-Fed on the second. Nice flow from Ingrid. And a front 2. If some of the girls just learn themselves a front 6, it could be some free points for them. And a switch 5 with a safety grab, nice and controlled. Right side 3 with the safety grab there as well. Will we see another grab on the last one? Oh, it's a cork 7 with a tail grab attempt, but the wind and conditions plays her a little rough, and I do think that she will lean on her first run. Little backseat landing, but the upper part of her run was better this time, at least in my book. So a nice looking K-Fed on this one. So front side switch up, blind side 270, and then a front 6, not front 2, but see, off the jump, nice little 540, gets the safety grab to it. And then rotates to the right, strategic with the white mittens to show the judges that she can grab. Oh, wow, that landing might not be it for an improvement, but that's not my call to take. That's all up to the judges, and I do not think it will matter too much, because Ingrid will anyhow be safe into the finals. 2 more girls to run, and it's currently Lilian Busco who sits in the 6th position, and she will have to dodge 2 more bullets with Almås Hagland, who was unlucky in the first, and also the Finn Hagström, who almost made it down to the bottom with a run that definitely would have been inside the top 6. Ingrid got an improvement of 0.5 points, I do think it looked like. So she 6-7 points maybe. Ingrid Gullhagen now in, or still in the lead with half a point more than she had a while ago. So she was awarded for the upper part of her run while we are waiting for Ingvild Almås Hagland, and the pressure is on. Kind of a frontside switch up there, barely makes it around. Then the frontside switch up, Pretzel 270, aims for speed as she's the only girl hitting this rail. Switch in frontside 270, and speed gaining stance into the first out of 3 jumps. This one is better for Hagland. Switch 5 to the right, and then right bio rodeo-ish 7. And do you have this one? Place it strategic, and a little rowdy 3 on the last hit. So let's see what the judges do think of this. Super high quality all the way down to the last jump, and then the last jump has to be said is a little sloppy compared to the rest of the run. But Lilian's score of 50, who is currently sitting in the 6th place, should be an easy match for Hagland. Crazy his speed gaining stance, and she gets the speed as well. And then the highlight of the girls' competition so far with rodeo-ish axis 7. And then this one. So what could be the problem for her is the grabs. It's hard to tell on this screen if she grabs both the rodeo and the last 360. So if there are any major deductions that might come from the little loose grabs on the 2 last jumps, as well as the little bit of a loose switch up at the first rail feature. If we do, oh, a dab. Let's see 2 more dabs. Ah, they don't hear me. But if we, oh, now it's some quality producing here. There we have it. Let's see if we can have the scoreboard up and have her score in live and direct. So it's still Lillian in 6th, but the score of there we do have it. Hageland into a current 2nd position, and it's now Kristi. It's Mathea Leonardsen who sits in the 6th place with a run containing of not that much of technical difficulty, so it's up to the Finn to challenge Leonardsen. Nice start, great flow from the girl from the east as she goes switch into the first of 3 jumps down here. Switch 5, looked like she was going 7, but put her feet down. Then the Eileen Gu arms up the 2nd jump, a 360 to the right, and then a 360 to the left. And with that, I do think that we have a new girl inside of the top 6. I might think that this is a little bit more than Leonardsen's run. Leonardsen had some quality in the middle part of her run, but here it is. More fluent quality all the way from the top to the bottom. Nice control, nice body position. Knows where the skis are heading. This is a girl riding with her skis, another pair of skis riding with the girl. That's nice to see. Maybe not the proudest moment of the transition of the 2nd jump. And then 360 into the headwind of the last jump. And that was the last rider. So if we do put up the scoreboard, we probably will see that we now do have 2 Finnish girls inside the top 6. So we're still waiting for the score to bump in, but I am afraid that Leonardsen will be outside of the good company in just a second or 2. Let's measure her up against her teammate Eskelin, maybe. So Gullhagen in a solid lead ahead of a pack of Almås, Hageland and Vold Lunder. They are quite close on the scoreboard, and then it's a small gap down to Eskelin and a bigger gap down to Sturlum. And the judges, they are taking their time. What do they think of the run of our Finnish friend? That's the only score we are waiting for, and of course, all these scores are unofficial. Official results, they will come in shortly. And we do see it. We have Finland in both 4th and 5th position just now, and that means that Mathea Leonardsen, unfortunately, is outside of the good company. So the 6 girls who will advance into the final will be Ingrid Gullhagen, Ingvild Almås Hageland, Nora Vold Lunder, Lina Hagström, Amanda Eskelin, and Kristi Sturl, barely hanging on with her score of 70, but with a solid gap down to Leonardsen with 55 points. So all of the 6 real landed runs made it through. And the next thing happening up here will be the practice for the guys and girls final. And we will be back online according to the program with the finals in a few. So thank you for now. Og nå vil det foregå på norsk videre fram til vi er live igjen.
Yeah, until 11:35. They're doing a reshape.
please.
På TV der også. Jeg har lært meg at folk kan høre meg nå. Jeg har byttet radio. Har ingen hørt meg da. Hører jeg nå? Ja.
We're done with the reshape now, but that's all good with the last thing. Lovely to hear. Thank you for that. Looks like we are 9 minutes away from the start of training. Probably a good idea to maybe for you to come up and start or near the rail sections and keep an eye on what the snow is doing up here, so that once we start getting wet snow up here, you can start applying some. Thank you.
Well, there's no training for like naked. Oh yeah, the one you bike.
Attention everyone on the comment channel. We are 5 minutes until the start of our finalists training. Actually 4 minutes until the start of our finalists training. Course marshals are nowhere to be seen. Course marshals, where you at? Picture 6 is here. Picture 5 there. got it. Thank you. Feature tree ready. And it looks like we have feature 2 ready as well and feature 1 is there. So no need for any more here. Thank you guys. We can confirm that we have clear course. So we're basically good to go for start of training at 11:35, 3 minutes. One reminder to all course marshals, whenever we have a start-stop situation and we need to stop traffic, please make sure that you make yourselves visible, wave your flags, move closer to the jumps or to the rails so that the athletes are able to see that they actually need to slow down and stop. Thank you. Jonas, we have 2 minutes until start of training. Training is open. We have athletes on course. Training is open. And once again, a reminder to everyone, we are training until 12:15. Training until 12:15. 35 clear.
Sett en Bio 7 på hoppet her. Er det Ingvild Montro med Even på slep?
Bilde på kamera 7 da. Ja, og du har bildet tilbake også. Nå må se 4 forskjellige bilder. Feature 3, all good with that PVC tube. Feature 3, get out of the way, please. Feature 3, talk to me on the radio. Is everything good with that PVC tube?
Everything is good on PVC tube.
Copy that, thank you.
You want to start filming?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. Because we're going to what? Like, city today?
14.
I guess our course is fine.
Halfway through them, or do you want to?
I think they want us on the camera.
Men der var det Der var det bra trøkk på Hageland, og vi fikk switch 16 til forward 16, eller på to siste. Det er solid nivå. Var det Ryner, eller var det Det var et Vadø. Og pass på! Nå skjer det greier her. Der var Styri, og det kommer en kjører til på noe eller For mer informasjon rundt akkurat det der. Arnesen flyr bra. Og som jeg var inne på før jeg fikk nyheten om skistart, så er jeg så heldig at jeg skal ha med meg William Bostadløkken her i dag, som er tilbake i anlegget og nyter litt jibbing etter en brutal skade tidligere i denne sesongen. Så det er fantastisk å se William være ute og sammen med gjengen her oppe fra hele det europeiske freeski-miljøet. Så gleder vi oss alle sammen til å følge Williams reise tilbake. Og det kommer bare nye personer etter nye personer som har lyst inn å gi William en hilsen. Og det er det som er litt unikt med hele det miljøet vi opererer i. Det er fantastisk å se. Har vi klokka her da? Hva sier klokken? 12:17. Det er jo vel et kvarter unna, er det ikke det? Tror det. Nå har vi mistet skjerminfoen. Vi ser noen av Danmarks finest like foran her, med Jakob og Skum som er klare for litt bungee breakers open. Det blir dansk action i parken her, side om side med Busy Tour kommende uke. Så det kommer til å være action hele uka her oppe i parken. Det er de bruneste brødskivene jeg har sett fra Mathias. Da kommer Børge også. Og vi har lokale helter med i finalen. Vi har supertalentet og fenomenet Frank Wahlstrøm. Og så har vi også 2 ganger Børve. Medium og største Børve, de er med i finalen. Og det blir spennende å se hva de lokale kan koke opp mot den europeiske eliten her. Vi har jo da kjørere som konkurrerer på Europa Cup-tårn, og også tidvis i verdenscup. Og vi har vel også Ryner her som kjørte ganske solid under OL. Så de skal virkelig få prøve seg, de gutta. Jentene også, med sterk finsk motstand. Og så jo flere av finnene kjørte veldig sterkt i Big Air, særlig Hagstrøm var vel det. Rosa oppe i skråningen, følges av sennepsfarve. Litt shaky, Lilian Busko. Der Trym igjen. Han skjønner ikke hvor jeg sitter. Kjører veggen. Vi vil ha best trick i veggen. William og jeg skal kåre beste kjører i den isveggen. Der kommer, det var tynt. Vi vil ha flere kjørere opp i isveggen. Det diska. William melder at den der, siste der diska. Blå jakke. Disk det også. Dope Snow får en halsgrens. Her ser vi også startlista for jentene. Og da starter vi da med de som kvalifiserte seg på de siste plassene. Men alle poengene strykes, så det alle muligheter for alle. Og vi ser jo da at Ingrid Gullhagen tok seieren i kvalifiseringsheatet, og får æren av å starte til slutt. Kommer pappa Ibaksel nedover her også, med kaffe og shadesa på. Og en flyver ut skråningen, og 9 mann samtidig. 76 poeng, og han her da, det minibørve? Nei, det var kanskje ikke det. Kommer i hvert fall pappabørve joggende forbi. Her kommer det en som kanskje vil utfordre isveggen. Han er oppe i isvegg nummer 1. Isvegg nummer 2. 56 poeng, sier Bostadløkken. 48 på oransje hjelm. Han som kom på magen ned der oppe da. 100 for Penguin Slide. Her ser vi også her ser vi startlista for gutta. Vi følger med på han oransje her. Og 50 der, eller? Og 0 på lillesyran. Fikk trøstepoeng. Ja, den her kan du, skal du få kommentere selv, men skal du få slakte hele gjengen.
Ok, nå vil vi se Max sende i isveggen her. Litt høyere opp, litt høyere opp. Få se isveggen, dere som kommer ned. Vi gir dere score. Skrekken i isveggen. Nei, det ble for mye pressure. Jo, her. Ok, første feature, 40 poeng der. 6 ja. Jeg får en 44. En fin en, eller vi kan ta 42 da. 0,0. Ja. Nei, det blir diska på svart hjelm og hvit bøff der også. Dere kunne jo kjørt isveggen dere da. Ja. Terje i snøsk. Her har contender. Smukse. Ja. Tenna er ikke igjen. Jeg ødela antenna. Hva for bra kommentering. Får vi se isvegghopp av deg opp på kulen der. Veggen der. Ja. Så får du score. Ja, ok, dropper inn fra den andre. Ja. Og det er Sverre, ja. Sverre kommer inn i isvegg. Ja. Oi. Tweaker safety. Det er dagens høyeste score, tror jeg. 87. Nestemann der får en 58. Ja. Kom dere opp i isveggen. Det er det som er konkurransen i dag. Det er den som gjelder. Ja, 2 unge kanoner. De får 40 hver, så 80 til sammen. Teamscore. Ja, man kan også være team da. Så hvis man kjører i train, så får dere en samlet score. Da kan du gå over 100 faktisk. Oi, 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 oi. Uten utstyr. Men er ikke det disk i fysboka da? Ja, hvis du mister utstyr i løypa, så er det faktisk disking. Ifølge FIS. Oi, ja, bra sled der. 46. Fatteren på slep, han får 0. Ja, får vi se isveggen her da. Ja, ser sånn ut. Tar en litt annen approach enn de andre. Ja, det er bra progression score. Det må nesten bli 68, 67 kanskje. 67. Isveggen, isveggen! Nei! 0. Ok, får vi se gul jakke. Ja! Det er ok, section score 10 poeng, er ikke det max? Neste section. Ja, liten wheelie der, begge to. Ja, det var går da. Ja, da får de 150 hver. Høyeste score i dag. Ja, går og... Nei, han bestemte seg. Ja, isvegg, ja. Nei! Ok, får vi se noen flere utøvere i isveggen. Ja, 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 ja. Humper seg gjennom. Oi! Dance moves! Med ørene opp på hjelmen så tror jeg det blir 78. Litt langt nede der. Ja. Litt høyere opp i veggen neste gang, så får du mer enn crash score, tror jeg. Er det Danny som løper opp nå? Come on, Danny! Ray! Få se en stål på nosen, og så dropper du ned switch igjen. Du ståler helt oppå. Ja, 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 han skjønte. Her kommer hvit og svart jakke. Oi, og så kommer... Hvem er det her, da? Ja, 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 ja. Der får en... Og var det Philip på? Nei. Anton får 86. Dere må hitte isveggen, gutta. Ja. You gotta hit the ice wall, please. Daniel Sveum er på vei opp. Han er kanskje egentlig fra Valdres, men han er Trysil-gutt i blodet, tror jeg. Han har bodd her i så mange år. De fleste som er herfra kjenner til Daniel Sveum, tror jeg. Få se isveggen da, gutta. Kom on! Veggen, veggen, veggen. Nei, det ble diska på alle tre. Ja, nå var det dårlig kjøring i isveggen der, synes jeg. Vi er 2 min unna start. Så det er bare å få øya mot skjermen eller mot løypa. Hello, Jim. You have to hit the ice wall. It's an own competition. The wall behind you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We will judge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Okay. Give it up for Daniel Sveum. Hey! Come on, Danny. Nå dropper Danny inn. Da er det bare å få øya på isveggen her. Full speed. Dodge kidsa. Ja, ja, ja. Det var nesten det jeg ba om. Nesten. Litt mer stål, så er det der. Det blir en streng 67 på den. Ja. Liten ollie til railslide. 42 poeng. Herbs, du må hitte isveggen. Ja, nei. Litt. Danny er i hvert fall på vei opp igjen, så det er bare å få øya opp mot det første. Hei, hei.
And we are back live on our stream, and we are ready for the first riders to drop in the girls final. So we are doing girls run 1, and then the guys run 1, girls run 2, and then the last run for the guys. Same format as in the qualifying runs. 2 runs, best one count. Kristi Stølen now on course. Front side 270 on the first one, and then she comes switch into this. Switch lip jumps off to forward. Off the up rail, blindside for 50. Nice style to it. The first jump out of 3. 540 there. with a switch entrance and a right side bio 7, best one I've seen from her in a long while, and then 720 to the left, and this is one of the best slopestyle runs I've seen from Kristi. Remember that you have a microphone down there, so if you have something you want to say, you can announce it to the world. So Kristi starts off kind of easy up on the 2 first rails, and then it's pedal to the metal from the 3rd rail and down with back 4 up that one into a switch 540, and then solid right side bio 7, dives into the bio axis, throws herself forward off the jump, and then 720 to the left on the last one. As head coach Herman said, what a beast of a run, while we are waiting for Amanda Eskelin from Finland. 270 out of this one. Continuous switch. Oh, not as clean as Sterling's maneuver. Frontside 450 to the left, to the right, I'm sorry, and then a right 540. Solid landing, switch on the 2nd jump. Ooh, kind of gets the grab there in the 5, and a 7 on the last one, so 2 solid runs, but my prediction will be that this is a little bit behind Sterling's run. But we will see when the scoreboard comes up in a while. And you can do the replay, William, and also do the next rider if you like.
All right, we're ready here for some boosted runs from the girls. Let's see here, beautiful front side 450 out of the shootout PVC. And then it got cut out the next jump. We are now ready for Lina Hagström from Finland. Born in 2006, coming in switch right, lip onto the 1st rail, little early off maybe. Backside 270 out of the 2nd one, way nicer. Into the 3rd rail, front side 270 out. Coming in switch into this 1st jump right here. Switch 540, safety grab. Maybe not as big as she wanted. Into the right side 720 safety, that was way bigger than the 1st jump. Into the left side, whoa, no! Went way too big, hopefully she's good. Are you good, Lina? Yeah, she looks good. That was massive. It might look like the wind is changing a bit from tailwind to headwind and the other way around. So I think it's a bit difficult for some riders to figure out the speed, and it might be different from lap to lap as well. But the girls and the boys are sending it anyways, and that's what we love to see, of course. Here we see the replay, switch 5, a natural way, I'm guessing, with the safety grab. Looks nice. Into the right 720. Kind of hard to see from here, but I think she got the safety on that one. Into the huge left 7. I think she went meters further than she was predicting. But luckily she's all good. And I'll... should I do this one as well? Okay, we have Nora Wold Lunder from Norway. Born in 2007, coming into the more difficult rail, clearing it. Beautiful. Into the 2nd feature, where we will see front swap to forward, perfectly executed as well. Into the 3rd schwung rail with the front side 270 out. Coming in switch, nice switch stance here. With the switch 5, I think she tapped the Japan grab like she did in the big air with the jab. Right side, big 360 with the safety grab into the last jump. Woo! Nice 360 with the double nose grab. Beautiful run, Nora. It's hard to tell if she's happy with that one, but she should be. Are you happy, Nora? Ah, which you didn't get to see. Let's see the replay. Clearing the, is it a 8-6 kink rail in second feature, where she did the front swap, clearing the whole rail, no doubt about it. Into the schwung rail, where she did the front side 270, landing cleanly. And then into the first jump with the switch 5 Japan. Or was it safety? It's hard to tell on this screen. Yeah, nice run from Nora. I'll give it on over to Bendik.
All right, so we are ready for Ingvild Almås Hagland. Nice little frontside switch up there, better than in the qualifying runs. Frontside switch up, pretzel 270, locks her front foot and goes the opposite direction out of the rail. Switch in front 2. Nice flow through the rail section from Ingvild as she comes backwards into the jump. Little 540, gets a little stiff out of the jump, but gets the safety in the end. Beautiful rodeo 7 to the right. And then left 3 to finish it all off. So a little strategic move on the last of the jumps, but super solid further up. And we can have a look at the scoreboard after the replay's over. And let's see how this compares to, for example, Sturl, who should be placed high up at the rankings. Most technical solution up there from the girls so far on the second rail. Also one of the few girls hitting the up tube backwards. That will be some points in her way from the judges doing other stuff than the rest of the field. And we are waiting for Ingrid Gullhagen next to drop, our winner of the qualification, but that doesn't matter right now. Switch in, slides it all the way out. Nice start up at the top. And front side switch up back to K-Fed for Jaws on the second one. And a little sloppy front side 270, not the highlight right there. Needs to compensate, and she does with a nice looking switch corked 540 with the safety grab. Now to the right with the lead safety grab, it does look like, and one more jump. And a huge cork 7, but she goes down. So let's see if we can have the scoreboard straight up before we get the replays here. We do see that Ingvild now is in the lead ahead of Nora Wold Lunder and Kristi Sturl. So 3 runs landed so far with the quality we are looking for. Ingrid Gullhagen could have been up there, but with the crash it won't be possible. And that's it for the first round out of 2 for the girls. And we are ready for the guys. So with the first run done for the girls, we are ready for the guys to drop. And the first guy we will have through the course is from Finland, Tobia Caboletti, ready to go. Lowest score from the qualification, but that doesn't matter now. Switch 2, and it's over before it's even started for our friend from the east. Front 3, front 2 on that one. He really wants to showcase his skiing. And switch in front 6. So it doesn't really matter what he's doing now, even though it's super solid, but the score has moved back to Finland, so he will need to find it there for his second run. Rough access on that one, and you can have the honor of announcing your Swedish friend Viktor Knudsen as the next one.
I will. Let's go, Viktor. We are ready for you. This became a nice practice run for Tobia, I think. And I agree with the decision to go through with the run, even though you fell on the first rail. Just use it as a good practice for your second run, because you have to in this type of competition, and only one counts. We are now ready for our friend from Sweden, Viktor Knudsen, who had an amazing preseason in Dubai with some huge tricks and some crazy bringbacks. So I'm excited to see what he will bring to the table here.
Right, ready for paper 104, dropping now.
Born in 2007, and as Bendik said, a low qualification score, but it does not matter right now. As a cheat. Viktor dropping into the first 6 king feature with a back swap front 2, a little bit out to the side, but it might not matter because he was supposed to jump that way. Front side 6 out of the second feature into the, whoa, got really corked. Front side 450, last rail into the right side, the blunt grab. Left 12 with the safety, beautiful. Now into the third jump with the left side double 12 blunt. Let's go, Viktor. I think he might have fumbled with the blunt. Let's see in the replay. Super sick choice on this one. Maybe a little early off and then switch left. No, right, sorry. Front side 6 out of the second feature. And then switch left. Really corked forward out of the third rail. I think he fell a bit off to the side on that one as well. Beautiful right 9. Nothing to say on that one. Into the switch left side double 1260 with the safety grab. And then the double 12 classic with the blunt. He at least held it for a couple of slow-mo seconds there. But might have fumbled a bit. Next rider from Sweden as well is Theo Thorén. The cannon. Maybe we'll see a triple or a quad, I don't know. Switch right to forward. Looking nice, clear the whole rail. Second rail, 450 on, Trysil 270. Beautiful. Judges will like that one. Switch to blind 6 out of the third rail. Nothing to say on the rails here. Right 12 on the first jump. Also really nice. Switch double 9 with the safety. Looking for speed here. Going into the last jump with the double 12 safety. Beautiful, Theo. Phew. I don't think there's much to say about this run. Beautiful. All the rails cleared. He doesn't know, but maybe a few small bubbles, but nothing the judges can say too much about. 450 Trysil 270, beautiful. Switch left lip 2, continuing 6 out. Stomping the landing right into the Miniman Speedster style. Right 12, did he get the safety? Hard to tell from here. Only Theo knows. And then the switch, dub 9, nothing to say. Beautiful, he's a specialist on that trick. And then the dub 12, is it Japan or safety? Hard to tell. So much sunlight on the screen over here. Are you happy, Theo? No reaction? Are you happy?
Yeah!
Yay! I will hand the mic over to Bendik for the next couple of runs.
All right, so with the tails run landed, the judges, they are using a little bit of time because that was the first full pull top to bottom landed run, and that will be the benchmark score to beat for the next guys. We are waiting for Sven Pellier from France to challenge Theo, who now should be the current leader. So super, as Willem said, super technical skiing from Theo. Fantastic to see. Switch right to, that's gonna be rough to save. But passing through. then Misty 4 and a hand on the ground. This will be a throwaway run for the Frenchman, but he gives it all that he has. And then a big 10 to the right, and on the last jump dives into the double bio bring back variation there. Crazy trick to go for, and the runoffs certainly have some quality here and there in the run. Let's see the first one. Here's the first mistake. That one can't be saved in this kind of a field. Would maybe have slipped under the radar at your local hill, but in the Europa Cup here, you need to be clean all the way. And I think that Theo still will be safe up at the top, while we are waiting for the youngest of today's Burve contenders. Switch right to 70, back to perfectly executed on the first rail, and he might be in the lead as of now. Strategic move with just the blindside switch up to the front cork 9, and he is back in the lead in my book. Dives into a beautiful switch by 09 with the lead mute grab into the double cork 10 to the right, a little bit rowdy, and one more jump to go. Goes for the 12. Ooh, this will be interesting to measure up against Torian's run, because it's two way different runs, and that's some of the interesting aspects with free skiing as well. You can paint the canvas as you like to. Beautiful rail section. This one, strategic pull, not the hardest difficulty on that one, and then he goes full throttle, front side cork 990 out of that one with the A-hole landing. Yes, please. And then the lead mute grab action on the first jump, beautiful. So no double cork there, but a nice 9. And then this might be his only problem, and a little bubble to his run. And then a beautiful 12 on the last one. Let's see if we can get the scoreboard up and see. Oh, we do see it already. We have Børve in the lead ahead of Torén. And that's the two runs that has been landed so far with full action all the way. Adrien, Vadø, you do you, William. Let's go.
All right. Our Swiss friend here dropping into the first feature to the switch right. 270, continuing 270 out. Beautiful. A red trick we've seen much this week. Into the super K-fed for Joss on the second feature. Into the switch left to back 6 out on the third. Really good rail run up on top here. Into the first jump, right side, double 12. Will we see the switch 16? I think we will. Yep. Going huge in the shorts, Adrien. Into the double 16 Japan. Beautiful. I think the shorts are definitely helping him. He gets way bigger than a lot of the riders out there. Not much to say about this run. I think it's basically exactly how we wanted. Super fed here. Going far down that landing as well. Switch left. Lip 270 continuing. Corked 6 out. And then the right 12 with the safety or the jab. Hard to tell from here. At least beautiful executed. Switch 16, not much to say. Maybe a safety that would have been even better a little further in front of the binding. And then beautiful 16 with the Japan. Nothing to say about that one. Next rider out is Kasper Heier Arnesen from Norway. Let's go, da. Casper the tank, switch right to, continuing to, same trick as Adrien. Into the second figure, goes for right 4, continuing to, perfect. Into the Misty 6, out of the first jump, right 10, beautiful. Into the second jump. Left side. Wow, double 12. No! Got too stylish with the mute there. The mute poke got him. Next one, Kasper. Such a good run. As we saw there, Kasper tried to poke the mute, as we love to see here in the commentator booth or in the chair. But he maybe went too poked, and I will hand it over to Bendik.
All right, so that was one of the best runs I've seen from Kasper until it got away, and we are ready for Axel Appelboom Indrevik, the rail phenomena. Switch to P4, perfectly executed with the legs looking like Knut Finnheid. 4 on, 2 out. Perfect so far, and then the cork for onside 630, and he's looking good at switch double cork 900 with the safety grab into the second jump. Right bio 10 with Japan. This could be it from the guy from the north. 1260 with the safety grab, and that's also one of the best runs I have ever seen from him. And it will be interesting to have a look at the scoreboard to see what the judges thought of Adrien Badeau's run compared to, for example, Børve. A lip 4 as well, so he goes with his back leading into the rail, makes it even harder, and look at the pop out of that one. A whole landing there as well. And then the switch double cork 9. And then the right side, that's his unnatural spin direction. Bio 1080 dives into the forward axis. Then it's the grab of this one. Looks like he has it. And we can see that Adrien Badeau now is in the lead. So he was rewarded for his technical tricks and not deducted too much for skiing in a pair of shorts. And we do have Mats Børve in second ahead of Theo Thorén. And Viktor Knudsen following him. And then we do have Sven Pellier, but it's the 3 runs up at the top. And let's see if we can measure Axel up against Thorén and Børve, maybe somewhere in that area. Appelboom's score should be in any second. There we do have it. Axel bumps himself into a current 3rd position and puts himself ahead of Theo Thorén as we are ready for Leon Wist Benjaminsen. Leon VB09. Oh, switch to P4, perfectly executed. 2 on, 2 off to the right side. Then here comes switch to back 6. Nice landing. And he only has the jumps to go. Oh, B-Dog landing there. Too deep switch, and he can't make it to his feet, unfortunately. But banger of a rail run up there, but that won't make any changes up at the scoreboard. And I'll head the microphone back to the boss himself, William Bostadløkken.
Like a lion. We got the Ski Boss whole song on the radio. Shout out Tanner Hall and Herms, who showed me this song. We got Niels Riener from Switzerland dropping into the first feature. Switch blender right to a bit early off. Reverse, he knows this is a throwaway run. Tips under there. 270, continuing 270. Looks like he's going to use this as a practice run. Frontside cork, 4 out of the 3rd rail. And then the bring back on the first jump. 10 to 9. Switch. Left double 9. We know he has a switch triple in the bank as well. Into the bio 7. Takes a chill. I think we could see a crazy run from Nils in the second. Are you a hot stepper, Nils? I think this could be a dangerous run for yeah, for the top guys in this competition if he stomps everything. Getting corked out of the rails, which we like to see. This one, only one doing this one today with the double 10 bring back to 9. Classic switch double 9 with the safety. And on the third jump, practicing and getting the feeling for the double bio 14, I'm guessing. Next rider is it a second Børve out today? Yes. Sebastian Børve representing Denmark, local boy. Switch right to bit early off. So we'll see what the judges think about that. Yes, with the backslide. Back swap, backslide on the second rail. Into the front side cork 6. Also a-hole landing. Into the first jump. Switch bio 9 with the Japan. Second jump. We'll see right dub 10. Looking nice. Last jump. Double bio 1080. Nice run from Sebastian. Will be exciting to see what the judges think about this one. Are you happy, Sebastian? May have to clean up some tricks here and there in the next one, but I think you should be happy with your riding. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted to see on the back swap here. Some extra spice. Backslide on both the first and the second part of the rail. Front side cork 6. Similar landing to his brother. And then switch bio 9, which is the same trick as his brother as well, I think. And the same trick here as well. Should be twins. And then switches it up here with the double bio 10 with the safety stomped. Beautiful run. Getting the opportunity to commentate another one here, so let's go. Oliver Blomberg from Sweden, born in 2009, will be our next rider out. Dropping in switch right into this first rail, switch right to continuing to as many other riders has done today, which will deduct some points on the, wow, backside 3 swap, continuing to out. Front side 630. Ooh, a little bubble in the landing there. Coming in switch into this first jump. Switch double really fast. 900 on the first one. Into the right side. Double bio 10 Japan. Going huge. Into the left. Double 14 going huge there as well. As Bendik talked about earlier, it's can be advantage to jump into the bio axis on one of the jumps where you are able to maybe generate a couple meters more of length because you're throwing your body forwards. This one may be the best trick done today on this rail. Backside 360 swap continuing to, and then the front side 630 with a small bubble in the landing. A rock foot, as Bendik would say. Switch double 9, nothing to say about this one. One of the few riders that are doubling this jump into the double bio with the Japan. Not much to say about this one either. Maybe opening up a little bit before landing, and then the double 14 with the safety. He is happy. Good to see.
And that could be a run that plays itself far up. Let's see, we have Sebastian Børve in the current 5th position after the last time we checked this out. And we are waiting for the Swede score to get in with Bromberg. Let's see where the judges put him. Small bubbles here and a few bubbles here and there, so maybe let's compare him to Børve, the youngest one of them. But we are ready for Frank Wahlström, who skied on the safe side of his scale in the qualifiers. So let's see if he steps it up a notch or two. I think he has to in this kind of field. So switch right to 70%, Preds 2 steps it up already there, ended up switch yesterday. Switch to P4, steps it up there as well. The motor is going for the tank. 2 on front cork 8. That's a crazy trick choice. And then this one, yeah, it's rewarded in the World Cup, so it might be a strategic pull. There you have the switch double bio 12 and one more jump for Frank. And double cork 14 with the safety grab, and there are, William says it, I might think this will be our new leader, and the judge is probably going to take some time to evaluate this one. So switch to P2 up there. Other way, switch to Pretzel 450, and if you try that rail, it actually goes kind of fast. The TV picture doesn't really give justice to how much speed you have into these rails, and also how little time you have to do the switch up tricks. And then the switch double bio 12 looks like he has the grab as well. Then the double cork 1440 on the last one. He even has more power to give down there if needed for the last run. And today Frank does not have the advantage of starting last, so he will have to do a full pull in his second, because there will be guys starting later than him challenging his eventual lead. Let's see if we measure him up against Adrien Wado. I think this will be enough to overtake the Swiss skier. And we do see that Blomberg has put himself into current 5th position, bumps Sebastian Børve down to 6th. So Børve, the last of the guys, with a solid score. And let's see, there we do have it. Frank Wallström now in the lead, a few points ahead of Adrien Wado. Mats Børve sitting in 3rd position. We are waiting for Leo Landrø, your former classmate, William.
Okay, I will do this run for you, Leo. Dropping in switch ride, as most of the riders has done today. Switch ride, 2 Preds 4, bit sloppy, but I think it might work. Back swap, continuing 4 out of the 2nd rail. Let's go, Leo. Right, Misty 4 out of the 3rd shootout rail. Coming in switch left into this first jump, switch bio 9. You won't see Leo do this too much. Beautiful. Right 10 with the safety grab into the last jump. Come on, Leo. Carving. Double 12 with the safety. I think this might be a bit of a safe run for Leo, and we might see some more crazy stuff in the next run. Are you happy, Leo? Woo! He says whatever. Next one. Not much to say besides from the first rail, where he had a bit of a bubble, but he got around. But the judges might deduct a few points for that one. Beautiful switch bio 9 with the safety grab into the right dub 10 safety. Stomping it, and then the carving dub 12, which the judges will like and appreciate, because there are not many riders carving today. So we will see that in the progression part of the score. Next rider up is Thierry Willy from Switzerland, born in 2000. One of the top qualifiers from yesterday. Switch left to switch on the first rail, into the switch right 2, continuing 2 on the second one. On the shootout rail, he goes same trick as Kasper Arnesen, blindside Misty 6, into the right double 12 Japan. Wow, has to revert, reverts back, no triple, bam. This will be a practice run for Thierry, and we will see some crazier tricks next one, I'm sure. And again, this is why we have 2 runs and only 1 counts. Next one. So you have the ability to have a bubble in the first one and still do a perfect second run and then get on the podium. Nice Misty 6. Looks like this rail is good today. No bumps.
No holes in the rail today. We are waiting for our final skier of the first heat, Melvin Selberg. Crazy trick, not as good as yesterday, but still all the way up there. 270 on, 270 up to the right. Now he's coming, switch 270, back 8. Biggest rotation in total, I think, of that rail so far. Switch 10 with a landing in the middle, and then a switch 10 to the right. Classic slopestyle move with the cab 10 up there. Switch double cork 1260 with the mute grab, and then one more jump to go. Double cork 16 with the tail, and it will be interesting to see the first rail replay, to see the 4-on back swap. And he looks happy, straight from his summer setup. That's a make in my book. You don't need to do the 450 to be as dominant as yesterday. 270 on, 270 off to the right, so spins both ways onto the rails. Switch in back 8. Looks too easy for him. When you make skiing look good in a pair of shorts, you're skiing good. And then the switch 10 to the right. Winds up huge switch 12 with the mute grab. The other guys that have done that trick have done it with a safety grab, so he will get some points for that one. And I think this could be a run that possibly could challenge Frank's score. Let's see if he's close to Frank. It should at least be possible to pass Vadeux. I am afraid for the Swiss skier. This was the last guy to drop in the men's first run out of 2. And when his score is in, or even before that, we are ready for the girls' second run. And as William said, in a slopestyle contest, you will have the opportunity to have 2 chances. And for the sake of Kristi Stølen, she has already put together a super solid first run and can ski with no pressure on her shoulders in the second one. So now we are focusing on the girls' competition. As the attention span of the free skiers beside me, they are down to a few seconds, because when there's no action on the screen, they are now gaming on their iPhones instantly. iPad kid Daniel Sveum, his own iPad out today. He had to. Daniel still in the lead on the ice wall, and he was rewarded some extra screen time from his parents today, because it's Friday, so it's 1 hour extra screen time and pizza tonight at home, Daniel. And you're also allowed to do half a monster extra if you behave nicely for the next hours. Terje Skarpnår has to go to the toilet, it looks like. Too much monster through the system today. It just peels through. Kristi Stølen and the judges are still working on Melvin Selberg's score. And we are waiting for that to appear on the screen. So let's see if we can make that happen after Kristi's run. Kristi is coming in. Forward, front side 270, little loose, and out and about for Stølen. Let's see if we can have the men's results up while we see her sliding down the course for one last time, and see if Selberg was able to challenge Vadeux and Wahlström. And Selberg, he places himself just behind Frank Wahlström and bumps Vadeux down to a current 3rd position. that's it for guys run number 1. They all have still one run to go. While in the ladies classification, Trysil now has used both her chances and will be leaning on her first run score of 71.5. And we are ready for, not Lina maybe, but Amanda Eskelin from Finland. Slides this one, front side 270, nice flow. Switch in, oh, looks like the rail is a little bit sticky. Only 50 points from her first run, so she will need an improvement to climb up the rankings. Nice 450 off the can rail. More control on the 540 than in run number 1. More or less the same switch 540 as in the first run. And let's see if this... Oh, it's a little bit rough, but it might be a little bettering of a few points. And we are waiting for Lina Hagström as the next rider. And I'll hand the mic back to William for the next few riders.
Thank you, Bendik. Understandably going a bit shorter this run on the last jump. I would do too after the humongous 7 the last run. Nice skiing from the girl. Super right side 450 here. Into the switch 5, getting the pan grab. Showing the judges. And then classic cork 7, unfortunately knuckling a bit, which is totally understandable. Gives us a wave and a heart. Nice to see them enjoying themselves. Evan has gotten another monster when we are ready for the next rider, Lina Hagström, also out of Finland. We're completely Mango Loco out here today. Lina is dropping in, switch right, lip slide to forward on the first rail, into the blind side 270 out on the second feature, and then a front side 270 on the third one. Nice and clean runs up, rails up top. Switch corked 5 on the first jump with the safety grab into the right side 7 with the safety grab as well. And this last jump we'll see a left side 7. Beautiful execution. Not really much to say. Not many bubbles, and I think the judges will have a good time with this one. And the dab. That's extra points in my book for sure. Clears the whole rail. Clears this whole rail. And clears the third one. So not much to say there. And lands all jumps with grabs on every trick. I think it was a safety grab on all of them, which the judges might deduct a small amount of points for. But besides from that, the run was perfect. Lina should definitely be happy with herself. Yep, stomps the 7. Not much to say there. Next rider up top is Nora Wold, representing Norway, and Vanger Romerike Sports School, right besides Snø, the inside freezer in Norway.
I want to ski with them.
Oh.
I think she landed a whole run last time, so she can also ride with low shoulders this run. And just enjoy yourself and have fun. Try and step it up. 85 points for Nora. She's definitely up there. Let's see if she has some more in storage for us. Dropping in forward into the harder first feature. Clears the whole thing once again. Coming into the second rail with the front swap once again, perfect execution. Into the schwung rail. Front two with the leading safety grab, steps it up a bit there. Coming in switch. Switch 5 holds to Japan this time. She definitely has stepped it up this far. Into the right 3, bit of waving arms there, but besides from that, perfect. Into the left 3 with double nose. So, unfortunately goes down there. I think that definitely would have stepped up the last round for sure. But nice skiing, Nora. And she fortunately has a high score that she can lean on, which is a good feeling, but it definitely sucks anyways to have to go down on the run where you feel like you did even better. I will hand over the mic for Ingvild.
Ingvild Almås Hagland on course with a super solid first run score and low pressure in this second run. A little front swap up at the first rail. She copies that one for the third time today, perfectly executed. Oh, and there as well, nice flow through the runs. I would guess that she could have boosted a little more out of the third one if she wanted some extra points. Nice switch 540, this time with the mute grab, and then a perfect rodeo 7 on the second jump. One of the most unique accesses in the girls field, and then 360 at the bottom, this time with a tail grab, and with a first run score of 88. Will this be an improvement or not? We will need to see after the replay is over and the scoreboard shows up. Nice up at the top, more or less copied her first rail run. Haven't seen her miss that rail all week. One of the few girls skiing switch into the tilted up rail, which is way harder than coming in forward. Gets the mute grab on that one, taps the tail, and shows total control. This one is the most unique trick so far in the girls' field. And we are ready for Ingrid Gullhagen, who couldn't put the first run to her feet and has to ride with some pressure in the second run. The winner of the big air the other day. Switch. That's a make in my book, but nothing more than just a make. Frontside switch up, back to 4 jaws this time as well. And the front 2. Oh. Will we see switch 5 once again? Yep. Nice control from Ingrid there. And nah. And then we'll have a look at the scoreboard when she's down, because this is not what she wanted, unfortunately, and her fellow competitors down at the bottom didn't really understand what went down there, why she not continued. And we do see that Ingvild did improve and now is in an even more solid lead ahead of Lina Hagström. No improvement for Voll Lunder. Not for Sturl, and Eskelin with a minor improvement of her last run. And Gullhagen with that as the last rider means that the list we saw there was the unofficial results for the girls' overall classification in the slopestyle final. That also means that we are heading straight to the guys' field. And we are heading to Finland, and while Finland is to the east and right of us, I'll hand the microphone to my left and to William.
Nicely said. Next rider out, Tobia Kapoletti out of Finland, born in 2007. Has a crash score from that run. Will he improve this time around? Let's see in a few moments here while he gets ready to drop in. dropping in, switch left into the hardest of the two first rails. Unfortunately, falls a bit out to the side there. We'll see what the judges thinks about that. Front 3 sub continuing 270 out. One of the best tricks done on this rail. Front 630 out. Bit of a bubble on the landing this time around as well. Switch right. Cork 3. 5 bring back to 3. I think the judges will like that one. Into the switch left. Bio 9. Looks like the wind might have picked up a bit. Last jump. Forward double. 12 with the safety. A full run for Tobia. And he will get his fist points. But how many? We don't know yet. Besides from the first rail, this was a really good and composed run. Now the screen turned black for us. But really nice run from Tobia. Unfortunately, with the first bubble, might not be able to compete with the top guys today, but he will put his name up in the leaderboard. Is it possible to get the screen fixed? Because we can't see anything right now. Looks like Michelle is on the job. Next rider is our Swedish friend. But I fear that if the screen is black for us, it might be for the judges as well. So we'll have to wait a few moments here. Judges ready. Okay, we're hearing here on the walkie-talkie that he's dropping, but I can't see anything. But I'm guessing back swap, continuing 270 out on the 6 kink into a switch right, front 6 out of the, the up-down rail. And then, let's see, I can barely see the swing rail from here, but I'm guessing a corked switch lip, cork front 6 out. Did he do a tail butter on the knuckle? Okay. Looks like he might have fell up top because he's taking a chill down the rest of the slope with a steezy cork 3 nose. Into the last jump. Backflip! Woo! I don't know if you can see anything on the stream, but hopefully the commentating was okay. I couldn't see anything.
Judges ready for 1, 2, 5.
Okay, we're getting delayed. Delayed commentating, watching the stream. So, Teotoren has dropped for now it's live. Sorry. Switch left tails 2 continues 4. Will he improvise? Nah, he will revert, and he has to rely on his first score. Screaming Seaman right there. Best name in freeskiing. Into the cork 3, just having fun down the course. And as he does his double backflip, woo! I will hand the mic over to Bendik.
Oh, the showman shows his skill at the bottom jump, and we are back live on the screen here on site. Nah, it ended already up there, and it ended somewhere up at the top for Knudsen as well. But we are ready towards Sven Perrier from France, as the next guy out only has the first run score of 40 points. Supercat, that's his nickname. All right, so let's see what Supercat himself can do of damage up here. Switch right, mandatory cab on that rail. Held that to regs, and back swap, front 6, tasty, but do you got the speed now? Yes, skims out of it. Unintentional, accidental nose drag as well. crazy bring back. Oh, but it started getting a little rough already on the rail prior to where he went down. And he won't improve his first run score. And we are waiting for, let's see. No, we should wait for Mats Børve. Where are you? Because Mats Børve, he might be behind the Fjordland Lapskaus, who knows? Because I do see Adrian. Ah, there he is. Steps out of the Danish shade. Switch. Oh, no! And was even before the ski fell off a little bit behind his first run. He couldn't get the backside two around. And now we have, like in the Danish holiday, equipment all over the mountain here, running to get his skis, and he will lean on his solid first run score of 82. So he won't get the chance to improve, so he will keep his position for now as we are waiting for the shortsman himself. And here we do see the leaderboards of Børve. He will stay in a 4th position. And Adrien Vadø, who is the next rider to drop, will challenge both Selberg and Wahlström. And you can get the honor of announcing the friend of yourself, William, as we see a huge backflip at the bottom for the guy who has probably one of the most hits on that jump for the season while residing here in the
Okay, we are ready for Adrien Vadø, currently in 3rd place, I believe, in the shorts. But it seems to be working because he is speedy. Bendik walking by with the ski man guy. Kit coming in, switch right, Adrien, switch right to continuing to mandatory, as Bendik said, into the Super K-Fed. Shout out Joss, who will be here next week, I believe. Switch left to cork, 6 out. Coming into the first jump, forward right side, double cork 12 with the Japical. Into the switch left, double 16, getting the safety under the binding this time, perfect. Into the double 614 tail grab. Wow. I think he might have fumbled a bit with the tail, but super good skiing today, Adrien. Switch right to continuing to, as many of the riders has done today. And we will see if someone does something different, they will get rewarded. Ready for Arnesen. Kasper Eier Arnesen representing Norway, also doing the same trick as Adrien on the first rail. Switch right to continuing to, into the right for continuing to. Beautiful, he's a natural way into the blind, missed the 6 out of the Schwung rail. Coming in, right, double 10, going big. He has glided his skis into the left of 12 mute, stomping it this time. Coming in, switch left on the last jump, double bio 12, no. Unfortunately, butt checks on the last jump. Really good skiing, Kasper. Unfortunately, doesn't get the juice he wants on the last jump. Really unfortunate because he is a switch double bio specialist. And he has lived here in Trysil and practiced these jumps day after day. Mandatory helmet fix on the way down. Beautiful right 10 going big. Maybe the biggest today on the first jump. Into the beautiful left 12 with the mute on the second jump. And then unfortunately doesn't quite get the snap out of the takeoff on this one and has to butt check. Really good skiing, Kasper. You will get him in Switzerland. Next Europa Cup is in Korvac in Switzerland. I believe, next week. So everyone that is here is probably going to fly straight over, which will be a bit hectic, and they can't go crazy on the party tonight, unfortunately.
Dropping.
Next rider out is the rail specialist from the north, Axel Indrevik, representing Norway. Coming in switch right on this first rail, switch right to pretzel 4. As perfect as you can do it. Lip 450, continuing to with the attitude and the style. Front cork 6 out of the schwung, identical to his last run. Coming in switch left, double 9. He has done this since he was 10 years old or something. Coming in on the second jump, right bio 10 with the jab, tweaks it around. Minimum on the last jump, going double 12 in the truck. Beautiful run from Axel. This will definitely compete with the top runs. I believe that it's important to be technical up on the rails today, because many are doing similar jump tricks. So if you are able to stand out on the rails, you will definitely get rewarded. Corking out, what more can you ask for? With the hollow legs, landing, switch, double 9, safety, stomping that one. And somehow going not too big on this one, but still able to get the speed for the last one. Beautiful bio 10, a natural direction into the normal direction 12 with the Indy truck, with the AO landing. What more can you ask for?
No, more or less perfect run there from Axel, and what the judges are taking their time thinking about now might be the little lack of length on the second jump, and also the fact that compared to the top jump runs, he lacks a little bit of spin, but then compensates up at the rail. So it will be interesting to see as Leon Wist Benjaminsen now is on course with switch 2, back 2 on the mark, right 2, front 2, and then his switch 2, back 6. This one was maybe better than the first one, less of crossing of the skis on that one. Right 12, yeah, better this time. Now he's further down the slope. Will he do the 9 or the 12? He goes for the 9 and maybe then the 16 or the 12 on the last one. Winds up a huge 16 on the last one there. Leon Wist Benjaminsen. It's impressive how he can do the 16 with the tail. Double cork axis, so dips into the cork twice. So like the rest of the field up there on the first rail, nothing special but no mistakes. And then a strategic move here with the right 2, front 2. And then his rail highlight will be... So compared to the best rail runs, he lacks a bit of difficulty up on the 2 first ones. Then he has the... Oh, the grab on that one. It's hard to see from where we are sitting with the sun direct on the screen. And then a perfect switch double cork 9 with the safety grab. And then the perfect double cork 16 at the bottom jump really shows who's the boss there. So when comparing him to the top runs, we look at Wahlström, Selberg and Vadö. Should we measure him up against Vadö, Selberg? I do think that Wahlström will be hard to overtake. And with the technicality of the rails from Børve, Indrevik, he also improves by a few points and secures his 5th place so far. So a completely different run than, for example, Børve and Indrevik, who had their strength up at the rails, while Benjaminsen really showing off at least the 3rd rail and also the last jump with a huge 16, where the other guys had smaller rotations. So when you're judging freeski, it's a little bit like comparing apples and pears all the time. But they for sure have their defined criteria, but I think they will use some time here, and I am excited to see what they are landing on for this decision. Let's see if we can have the scoreboard up while waiting and see if the score pops in live. So it's not there yet. He's still sitting down. Where do we have him on? At the bottom with only 12 points. So if we have a look at the screen and his name at the bottom, let's see where it ends up flying. Will it be enough to handle the guys up at the... Oh, he's placed just behind the Børve. So the judges, they are awarding the technical rail skiing from Børve, and we are waiting for Nils Ryner. Take it away, William.
Okay, we saw a minor bobble from Nils last run, and I believe if he puts it down, he will be a dangerous competitor. Blender switch right 270 to forward, perfect execution. 2 on tips under, continuing to one of my personal favorites into the front side cork 450 out of the shootout rail. First jump, he goes with the double 10, bring back to 9 to the right with the safety grab into the switch left double 12, no triple this time, but still beautiful. Into the double by a bit backseat, but besides from the last landing, a beautiful run from Nils. Are you happy, Nils? Can't see his reaction. Yeah, he's up in the corner. He doesn't really react. Maybe a bit of unfortunate with the last landing because the rest of the run was basically perfect. This one is a sick one. No other rider is doing this today. Dub 10 bringing it back to 9 into the switched up 12 with the safety grab. And then the double bio 14 with the mute on the last jump with his own axis on it. He's not quite sure, it looks like. It'll be exciting to see what the judges think. His score will definitely be bumped up though, because it was a complete run and it did not fall down. Most easy rider out there, the orange jacket in the lift. No one has more style than this guy out there today. Nils has not gotten another score yet, so we are still waiting on the judges. Next rider out is Sebastian Børve with a score of 60 that he would like to improve. Same solution as his brother with the switch right to 70 onto the back to 70 out. One of the most difficult rail tricks on the first feature. And then the double backslide, back swap on the second rail into the front side, cork 6 out of the schwung rail. Beautiful run up top. Switch bio 9 with the jab. Nothing to say on that one. Bit low maybe. Right, the 10 safety, stomps it, going down for speed. Then double bio 10 stomp as well with the claim that we like to see. Classic Berkrud claim. Happy, Sebastian? Woo! Beautiful up top. Switch right to, back to. And this is what I would like to see from his brother as well. Just a quick backslide on both feet to improve the score. Front cork 6, nothing to say on that one. And nothing to say on this switch bio as well. It could maybe go a little further, but that's hard to be in charge of. Right up 10 goes big on this one. And then into the double bio 10. Beautiful run. That's what we like to see from the local boy and the oldest of the two brothers in this competition today. Yeah, he is happy. Maybe we are able to get the scoreboard up so we can see the scores quickly before next rider drops. I believe it's Big Frank up top there. Frank Wallström's father in charge of the start gate. Got Frank the tank and Frank the boss. The judges are taking their time, and I think Sebastian will definitely improve his score from the 60s. Here we have the scoreboard. Let's see. Sebastian's score has not been decided yet, but as I said, I think it definitely will go up. Maybe around his brother's score. I get from the side here. It would be pretty epic to have the brothers side by side up on the scoreboard. Shout out to the Ski Star crew. Next rider up on top is Oliver Blomberg out of Sweden. And I believe I got told we have 12 Swedish skiers out here, which is quite a lot. Big team. And I think it's many of the riders' first European Cup, which is also really sick. Looks like the judges are still taking their time. Sebastian really stirred the pot. Daniel Svem is still in the lead on the ice wall. He no-stalled, and there's still an ongoing competition there. So you can stand it on the ice wall as well if you want to. Only place in the park that is not slushy. Oliver with the best score of today with the 6-7. Let's see if he can improve it this time.
And this is the first time of the day that the judges have used this much time on a run. So as William said, he really is stirring the pot up here. And I think what they are discussing is the grab and length of his flight on the first jump, where his brother did a perfect switch by 09 with the lead mute grab. Here we do see Arnesen, who was unfortunate on the last one. But with Sebastian Børve coming up a little bit short on the first jump out of 3, and that might be what's be his problem right now and what they are discussing inside the booth. For except from that, the run was flawless. Not the biggest rotation, but the overall execution was on the perfect side of it. Here do Leon Webe slide by, followed by Axel Appelboom Indrevik, and we do see the replays of Melvin Seilberg. And the judges, they are ready. And we are waiting for Blomberg, and let's see what he can bring. As William said, the ironical score of 6-7 after run number 1. Let's see if he can bump it up to 69. Switch to back 2. Mandatory style up there. Back 3, back 2. Perfectly executed, but will he have the speed? Yeah, he made it. Not as impressive as some of the other athletes, but he... Perfect. Switch double cork 9 into a right double misty style, and you are out of bounds, and you know it, and you will be holding on to your 6-7 points. And with the judges taking their time on the last rider, I guess we will be quick on to the next one. And we are ready for the hometown hero, Frank Wallström. And let's see what the hometown youngster can bring us. And William will take you through his run here now.
All right, Frank the Tank dropping in. Switch right as well, mandatory start. Switch right to Pretzel 2. Switches it up with the Pretzel 2. And then the other way, switch to Pretz 4. Into the Schwung rail. Struggles with speed there. But I think his score is hard to beat. Goes backflip. Let's see another backflip. Backflip, Frank. Double backflip maybe, triple backflip. Quad. No backflips. Nose drag 3, beautiful from Frank, just styling down. And we got our boy Nils down here. Frank has still the best score of today, and I think he will be hard to beat. I think he is happy with the first run, but here's a guy who can definitely stir the pot and challenge Frank if he wants to. Leo, the viral man, Landrø, is going to drop in, switch right onto the first feature, switch right to Pretzel 450, perfect this time. Into the 4-on, back to maybe a bit to the left on the second feature there. Coming in, right, Misty 4, nothing to say about that one. Coming in, switch left. Bio 9 has to open up a little bit. Looks like the wind might be a bit challenging right now. Goes for the showmanship with the front flip. Backflip! Nice skiing from Leo, unfortunate with the wind. Not much you can do there. I'll hand over the mic to Bendik.
And we are ready for today, Willie, and his last run of the day. Second to last rider to drop in. And his first run score of 30 will not take him anywhere else than home to Switzerland, where he's probably going anyway, since the next Europa Cup will find place there in just a few days. Let's see if he can blast through the headwind or not. Switch 2 to switch. Vintage solution. Other way, switch 2 back 2. Keeps it kind of easy up on the first rails and will have to compensate a little bit. Does a Misty 6 out of that rail. And let's see if the compensation starts. Oh, rough line to end up in. Gets the Bio 9 with the tail grab and one more jump to go into the double 16, and he gets a full pull run all the way, but it won't be enough to handle the guys up at the top of the leaderboard. Some lack of difficulty up at the rails, and he even looks a little bit frustrated himself. That might not, that was not the plan. It looked like up there with the switch 2 to switch only, and then the other way switch to back 2, and then he charges for speed, but not too much happening. And the judges will probably take some time to evaluate this run, because this had to be placed somewhere in, not to be too rough, but in the upper part of the no man's land, if that makes any sense to you guys. And let's see where the judges put Stian Børve after their long discussion. Beautiful end to his run with the double cork 16 as a highlight to it. Let's see if we can have the scoreboard up on top. Melvin Selberg with a score of 90 will be the next one to run. And we see that Sebastian Børve is in a current 7th position. And Melvin will be the last guy to challenge Frank. Take it away, William.
With the hot dog in the mouth, he's gonna go left 4, blind swap, continue 4 out. Definitely best trick up top today. Right 2, continuing 2, taking it a bit slower on the second feature. Switch 2, blind 8 out of the Schwung rail, beautiful. Into the first jump here, switch right, 10 with the blunt. Biork axis into the second jump, switch 12, poked, mute, Will we see the 16 with the blunt again? Ah, unfortunately whiffs the grab a bit. But super good skiing from Melvin out there. Beautiful skiing, Melvin. That was a bit unfortunate with the last grab there. Or if he got that perfect, he might have actually been able to bump down Frank. Super consistent skiing from Melvin out there though. Has landed basically every run, both in practice and in the competition. Coming in here to the second jump, replay. I think it was even a better switch 12 this time than the last one. And on the last jump, he goes for the 16 again, but I think he whiffs the grab a bit, which is super unfortunate because that run was even better than the first one. But he is still in second place. Yeah, as we see, he won't improve. And we have our podium with Frank on top, Melvin Sedebag in second, and Adrien Vaudot in third. Super good skiing from all of the boys. Shout out to Trysil. Boost!
And as we see the full unofficial result list down here, we do see, as William said, the top three guys, and then we have Mats Børve in fourth, Leon Wist Benjaminsen in fifth, Axel Appelbom Indrevik in the sixth position, Sebastian Børve in seventh, Theo Thorén at the eighth place, Thierry Willy in ninth, and Oliver Blomberg rounding off the top 10 on the unofficial list. And as William mentioned, the whiffle on the grab for Melvin was unfortunate because that could have been enough to take down Frank, the two prodigies that has been following each other closely since the child years. And then Melvin is starting to chase the gap of Frank this year, which is exciting to see that the young Swede is back on track, chasing the Norwegian Frank Wahlström. All of you guys that are not have secured a podium position can hand your bibs back to Michelle. All of you guys that are going to the award ceremony and staying on the podium will leave the bibs on until the photos are taken. So that's it for the live stream. You can also hand your bibs back to Matilde if you want.